3, and they have a team that's pretty solid top to bottom as we take a look at, we'll put a bookmark in Gladiadores story and talk about Real Estelí's group here. A lot of vets on this side and players that have played in this competition before. You see the captain, Jared Ruiz. He's the leader of this squad. Ishmael Romero, also a tough big inside, Paul.
Yeah, and Terrell Holloway, just a big-time scorer, has experience everywhere around the world, including the D-League All-Star team. Emmett Williams, who is more of an inside-outside threat, played at LSU. He also played in the G League, so they have a lot of experience. And then Romero, the other big, is also a power player, and they got experience all across their roster and a formidable opponent for sure.
So as both teams get introduced to the crowd, you mentioned that there's 2 Perez's on, or must have saw on your screen that there's 2 Perez's on the roster, and Giselle that just ran out, and Andy right behind him, 10 and 11. And Estelí not going to be intimidated by this crowd here that is gathered in the Luis Ramos Gymnasium in Venezuela.
When you're on the road like this, sorry.
Go ahead.
When you're on the road like this, you have evenly matched talent, but you really need to take care of the ball. You really need to focus on playing solid defense, and you really need to control the tempo so you can keep this crowd out of the game.
And that will be a task as this crowd is already fired up. You see the cell phone lights going in the air as they get ready to welcome the home team in the building.
I think I'm having a flashback of playing the Chicago Bulls in the stadium there. They turn out all the lights and the music starts, and it gets you pretty fired up. I love it.
Could be intimidating for some, could motivate some visitors.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you go on the road and you make a run and you make the crowd go silent. Silence on the road is deafening.
No question about it. And Real Estelí trying to feel that moment here tonight. So Real Estelí 2-0 on the air, or rather in the BCLA. They went 21-6 in their domestic league back in Nicaragua. They finished 3rd in the standings and then got bounced, surprisingly, in the playoffs, putting an end to their 4 straight championships. But here they are again, trying to get back to the finals here at the BCLA. They lost out in the finals to Flamingo back in 2021, but they didn't make it there. They got bounced by Sao Paulo in 2022 in the quarters, and then bounced again last year to Quimsa in the quarterfinals. So here's a team that they tasted the finals. They were playing at home in that game in the finals and lost to Flamingo, and they would love to get back and hoist the BCLA for the first time ever.
Yeah, kind of a replay, and when you're such a good team, and you fail when people don't think you should fail. It's the great teams and the great organizations that still come back and establish yourselves the next season.
On the other side, Gladiadores, they already have 1 championship in their trophy case so far this year, winning their domestic league here in Venezuela. And they want to double up with a basketball Champions League opportunity. They have not been in the knockout round for the BCLA, and they would love to be there for the first time ever. And getting a win tonight will go a long way in providing that opportunity. So the last time these 2 teams played was back in December, and it was a high-scoring affair as we take a look at the officials who will be in charge of this contest, led by Andres Bartel Franco Ranconi and Fernando Leche from Uruguay, Argentina, and Brazil. So the last time these two teams played each other, Real Estelí getting a 97-92 win over Gladiadores. These teams will definitely get up and down the floor, no question about it. Should be a high-scoring contest. And we'll show you starting lineups here in a second for both Gladiadores and Real Estelí. Before that, we'll have a moment of silence for Garly Soho, who passed away in December at the ripe age of 24. Venezuelan star on the rise, played for the national team. Moment of silence here in Venezuela now.
Estamos en máster, ok. ¿Tienen contestado?
Tragic event that sent shockwaves through the FIBA community, and especially those who are fans and players and teammates of his at Gladiadores here in Venezuela. He played for this team and was a part of this team's roster when they played in the first stage of the Basketball Champions League, and now gone too soon at the age of 24. There's a starting lineup for Real Estelí: Holloway Williams, Enriquez, Ruiz, and Romero round out the five that Estelí will send on the floor in what will be a very emotional, raucous gym here in Venezuela on the other side. And by the way, head coach David Rosario from Puerto Rico, the head man for Real Estelí. Starting five for Gladiadores: Walker, Vargas, Perez, Jordan Crawford, and Cominares rounds out the starting five there for Gladiadores. And head coach Daniel Ciano from Venezuela. So Gladiadores will be in the home black uniforms, and Estelí will be in the road whites. Moments away from tip. When you have a repeat matchup, you just saw this team, you know they like to get up and down, a very close game. Who does that favor coming into the second round of the back-to-back?
Well, it's you know, when they're so equally matched that you know, it's and they're both experienced. They're both teams have been around, and you know, I don't think you know, a back-to-back is going to be a problem. I just you know, I love watching both these teams, and they all have great players on them.
So quick jump there by Cominares, and it will be Estelí basketball to start And they'll be going from right to left on your screen. Ruiz will inbound here. Being watched by Gregory Vargas. The two captains guarding each other early on. Love to see that. So here's Ruiz. Driving, he's blocked. Got it back, though. Tossed it up. Shot clock at 3. Holloway puts it up towards the rim. No good. And a fast break opportunity for Gladiadores, and it's thrown away by Walker. It'll be Estelí basketball.
Yeah, kind of back-to-back turnovers. Maybe there's a little nerves going on here in this game. Great crowd, two great teams, and 2 turnovers to start up this game.
Solid block up top there to prevent the Ruiz opportunity. Holloway gets his man in the air, then puts it up. No whistle blown. He's looking for the call. Walker will push quickly. William Walker gallops in the lane, and he'll go to the line for 2. So no one came out to the three-point line, and Romero was late trying to contest. And a blocking foul is called. So 9:15 into the game, we'll get our first opportunity to see William Walker at the line, and he drops the first one. Walker, in the regular season here in Venezuela, played 34 games for Gladiadores. Shot poorly from the line, however. Only 57% from a free throw line. It was 1 of 2 that time.
And he gets fouled a lot too because he's so strong and aggressive going to the basket. You'd like to see that number up to like 70% at least.
No question about it, especially as a wing player. Romero gets the nice feed from Ruiz and breaks the ice for Estelí. Jordan Crawford's first touch. Gets it down low. Nestor Colmenares. Walker for 3. He's off the mark there. And Ruiz will push the other way. Emmett Williams on the block. Jared Ruiz needs some help. Finds it in Williams. 5 to shoot. Crowd wanted to travel. They get a 3 instead to silence them from Williams.
Williams is just an all-around great player. Really active on the glass. Blocks shots. Can shoot the 3. Get to the basket. Just an all-around good player. Went to LSU and has G League experience. Very good resume.
William Walker responds with a 3 on the other end. He has all points now for Gladiadores. And quickly the other way to Holloway, missing the layup opportunity there. Got by everybody. Crawford for 3. In and out. You can hear the crowd wants to erupt every time Gladiadores takes a shot. Luis slowing it down. Not a lot of movement right now for Estelí.
Yeah, a little stagnant here on offense.
Get it inside to Williams. Emmett Williams. The jump hook, too strong. Or pulled down by Jordan Crawford. How about Chris taking the 3, and Ruiz finally puts a fork in it to push the other way for Estelí. They have numbers. Williams stripped. The foul's going to be called, however, as Gregory Vargas picks it up.
The one thing that with both these teams, they have such great one-on-one players that, they do go a little too much one-on-one as far as I'm concerned. And like we've seen already, kind of stagnant on offense. No one's moving. No one's cutting. So, I would like to see more ball movement like we just saw in the game with Ubras and, a little less one-on-one.
Emmett Williams drills the first free throw, and guess what? Paul, I'm going to do it. He has not missed a free throw in Basketball Champions League of America's play. This free throw would make it 10 of 10 from the line so far in the competition.
Are you saying 10 of 10?
And he is now 9 of 10 from the line.
I can't believe I've enjoyed that, but that's not good. The old announcer jinx came up already.
I was trying to see that, it wasn't a real thing, but guess what? It appears though it is a real thing. Dominares on the layup there. A lot of black jerseys in pink that time. No one in an Estelí jersey to block out. Just 3 Gladiadores players were waiting around as Romero gets his own miss after going off the mark on that jump hook. He wants it again, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, he sealed himself low in the paint, and I don't know, last count, he was in there for about 5-6 seconds, but they didn't call it, so.
With the new rules where you have to make a play on the basketball, that was dangerously close to just a take foul. There was not much he could do on his back.
Yeah, and you can't settle for just staying on the guy's back. You got to fight yourself and get around in front if you have to, because at any level, especially at this level, if you let someone post you that deep and seal you that deep, they're going to score, or you're going to foul them, or they'll do both, score and shoot a free throw. So you just got to get around them.
Not a bad foul, though. If there's one critique of Romero's game, he's a poor free throw shooter. He's shooting 37% so far in the competition. Goes 1 of 2 from the line that time to give Estelí the 1-point lead.
Yeah, I think the game we did last month, they were fouling him on purpose, and it was working for a while.
Dominares drills the 3 to give Gladiadores the lead. Here's Romero again. He stripped that time. It's going to be a kick ball. It'll be Gladiadores basketball. I'd like to see the whistle kind of be swallowed in that spot, wouldn't you? They had possession. And
yeah, he actually traveled and got caught in his leg before any of that.
Yeah, got away with that. But there's still a turnover nonetheless. Vargas. He'll tee up a 3. Off the mark, and here's Williams skying for the board. Ruiz. He'll pull up for 3. Indeed, rattles it home. Ruiz can definitely fill it up with the best of them. He's been struggling to find the stroke from 3-point range, so that's a good sign for him. Coming into this game, shooting 25% from 3. There he is again off the window. Can't get it to go, and Romero cleans it up. Yeah, Ruiz not shooting a great percentage, but he is definitely not shy.
Yeah, you want to shoot over 33 to 40% to be able to shoot threes at a high rate. But at the other end, Romero is just a monster in the paint.
Jordan Crawford directing traffic, wants space. He puts it up for 3, and a foul's going to be called, and that will send him to the line for 3 free throws. Fouls on Holloway.
Yeah, you love to see that as a coach, fouling the 3-point shooter. That's sarcasm for everybody out there. It's the silliest foul in basketball almost, and there's no need for that. You're shooting a long 3 at the end of a shot clock, and you foul them and almost on purpose and bail them out and give them 3 free throws.
So Jordan Crawford, a newcomer to Gladiadores, obviously not a newcomer to the game. Spent many years in the NBA with numerous teams. Was selected 27th overall by the New Jersey Nets, and a long career for 4 or 5 years in the NBA, but has had a long career playing basketball all over the world. Spent some time in China, back to the G League. He's even spent some time in Germany. And here he is now getting an opportunity to play in Venezuela at the ripe age of 35.
Yeah, Jordan.
Crawford, I think.
Yeah, Jordan Crawford has been a scorer wherever he's gone, and I look for him to step that up here tonight. He's just a very polished veteran scorer that can really help a team win.
Ruiz tried to fire one inside to Romero, and Romero couldn't make the catch. That's a rare occurrence. Romero has great hands, but that time, that pass too hot for him to handle. Take a look at that last Ruiz 3. So 4-5 to play in the first. Fall away, no, not good. And Ruiz will push the other way. Ruiz, the hesitation. Getting by his defender, and a good block there by Perez. Vargas up top. Williams with the rejection. And then Garcia gets called for the travel. Williams didn't get
that
it.
was interesting. Yeah, it looked like a jump ball at the very least. And if he didn't hit the ball, he must have hit his arm, and it should have been a foul. But travel called. That was an interesting call for me.
Let's take a look at it. This is the Ruiz drive. And a good block there by Perez getting back to affect that shot. Perez at 6'9". A lot of length. Holloway went all the way to the rim and couldn't finish it off. Here's Cifuentes. Perez kicks to the corner. Three dropped down by Palacios. Palacios, you talk about someone that's streaky. Yeah, someone that's streaky. Paul Palacios shooting 50% from three-point range coming into this game.
Yeah, and if I'm the coach, I want him to shoot more. Shoot more threes.
Enriquez on the other end drills the three to respond and tie it back up at 15. There is Palacios. Cifuentes. He'll tee up a three. Deep one. Can't get it to fall. Ruiz. So good at that hesitation dribble to just catch the defender off guard and then finds the angle for two.
Yeah, and he's got that same foot, same hand shot that throws a lot of shot blockers off.
They have a mismatch on the block. They want to go to it, but they clear out instead. That's a tough move by Garcia.
Yeah, he's taking his man to the basket, finishing strong. Tough to defend on, for sure.
Ruiz looking for his offense, off the mark that time. No one getting back, and it's hammer time for Perez.
Yeah, he kind of leak out basket. No one got back. And, you know, a transition defense, you need to protect the basket first and then stop the ball. I think they forgot about that, protecting the rim.
Enriquez trying to chisel his way to the rack. It's fouled by Cifuentes. He'll go to the line for two. So a good start to this one. 2-point game with Gladiadores in front. Real Estelí. And we'll get some subs. The Synthron will check into the game for Estelí. As will Giselle Perez. Holloway having a discussion at the top of your screen with our official. Meanwhile, Enriquez will toe the line for 2 free throws. He's now 1 of 4 on the season at the free throw line.
You don't have to jinx him.
There you go. Get the reverse.
Knock it down. Yeah.
2 of 5 at the line this competition and reduces the lead to 1. Cifuentes going to go on the block. Double comes. They tried to sneak it inside, but Synthron comes away with the rock.
Yeah, good idea, but the pass was too low around his shin, so he couldn't handle that. If you're going to throw a bounce pass, you need to get it back up to about his waist level.
This is Perez trying to bulldoze his way to the rack inside and missed the layup opportunity. That ball, they say, last touch by Estelí. It's going to stay here with 17 on the shot clock. Ruiz doesn't believe he touched it, and neither does Enriquez.
They're talking to the refs a lot, maybe too much right now. You're not going to get any calls on the road. You should just accept that and move on.
So Gladiadores with the inbound. It's great footwork by Garcia. And at 6'10", Garcia is a problem. The ability to put it on the deck, and you see the educated feet inside.
Yeah, he had balance. He made a nice move and then a great step through move. And with his length, could finish at the rim.
Foul there by Estelí. We'll get Francisco Garth to inbound here. Perez will check back in. And Palacios will sit. So both teams going to their bench early.
Yeah, both teams have a bench to go to, which is nice. They're very deep. Both teams are very deep.
Perez, step aside 3 off the mark. That's vacuumed in by Garcia. And Vargas takes his time up the court. About a 2-second differential between shot and game clock. So this could be the final look of the quarter. Vargas is fouled. Estelí has plenty of fouls to give here. It's only the 3rd foul in the quarter. But that will shut the shot clock off now, with 8.1 to play in the first. Crowd liked that little move by Vargas that had Garth going the wrong way. As you mentioned off the top, a great environment here in Venezuela. 3 on the way, off the mark. Offensive rebound up for grabs. Perez eventually came down with it. And the time expires here in what has been a great first quarter. Gladiadores takes a 3-point lead into the first quarter break. You're watching the Basketball Champions League of Americas here from Venezuela.
Así es, y aprovecho por último para que también luzcas la indumentaria oficial de nuestro equipo y adquiere la nuestra tienda con nuestros aliados de GM Sport.
So good first quarter between two teams that like to get out and run and put up points. Right now, a 3-point spread in favor of the home team from Venezuela, Gladiadores, taking on the road team from Nicaragua, Real Estelí. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. Group A action here in the Basketball Champions League of Americas. Anthony Perez for Gladiadores with 5 points leads the way for his squad. Ishmael Romero matching that total with 5. And Gladiadores will start the second quarter with the basketball and the lead. And from right to left, rather left to right on your screen. Here's Jordan Crawford at the nail, pulls up, can't get it to fall. And a fresh 14 for Gladiadores. Vargas directing traffic. A little hesitation dribble. Crawford got away with a walk. Finds a nice pass inside. And we're going to get a foul call before the shot clock violation. And that looks like it will send Charles Garcia to the line. Garcia, man, he's been an issue for Real Estelí early on. 4 points, 1 rebound in the 5 minutes he's been on the floor, but you felt his presence.
Yeah, he's on in the post. He's on offense and defense. He's rebounding. He's a presence, like you said, inside. And to me, this is such a close battle. And you look at the rebounds, you look at the shooting, you look at the free throws. Everything's pretty equal. I just think Gladiadores right now, they execute their plays more efficiently, and they move the ball a little bit better at this point in the game. And they came out of the first quarter and really executed a play, got a good shot, and then they got the offensive rebound, set it back up, executed another play, and got a foul. So at this point, I think they're just doing a little bit better executing their offense and with the ball movement.
So Garcia will be at the line here as he waits for his teammate Anthony Perez to get cleaned up. There's a little bit of blood on him. So Garcia, during the regular season, played 16 games with Gladiadores. Not known for his three-point stroke, just shooting 12% from three-point range, but he has been able to be efficient from the foul line, 75% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's got a nice stroke. You can see it there, great rotation. Just, not out to the three-point line.
Yeah, keep it inside the arc if you're Garcia.
Yeah.
Now, so far, he's been impressive. He does have the ability to put it on the deck, and he's been using that in this game so far. Holloway, Cintrón. As you mentioned, Estelí just having so much trouble to just get into their sets. You look at the shot clock, it's 2 seconds now. Gladiadores doing a good job of negating everything and putting a body on every cutter.
Yeah, part of it is the defense, but also part of it is that they're not active and efficient and with energy right off the bat. They're kind of nonchalant, and the shot clock is counting down as they're doing that, and then they end up with a forced shot.
Perez, speaking of a force, he got it on the rim, though. It lands in the hands of Cominares, and here's Crawford the other way. Crawford, hesitation dribble. Tough shot.
Yeah, Crawford is a scorer. He knows how to put the ball in the basket at every level.
Crowd wanted a walk on Holloway. Ball last touched by Gladiadores. It will be Estelí basketball. 14 on the shot clock here. That'll be Williams. Uses the up fake. Kicks out. Romero, we talked about his three-point shooting. He's off the mark there. And that's going to go out of bounds.
And once again, no ball movement whatsoever. Just one, hit the post, one pass out, settle for a jump shot. They're just not moving the ball. They're not getting the defense to move, and they need to step up in that category to make this to get a win on the road here in a tough place.
Perez for three. He left it short. Romero vacuums it in. Estelí has yet to score in this quarter. Romero trying to change that. Great feed. And Williams with the hammer.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. They had 3, 4, and then finally a little bounce pass, 3, 4 passes. Much, much better. More of that if you want to be in this game.
Crowd didn't appreciate the dunk and the celebration. They booed Williams on his way back down the floor. Perez, he was blocked by Romero. Opportunity for Estelí to run. Holloway for three, indeed. And that's going to lead to a timeout. So Real Estelí finding a little bit of momentum after the dunk by Williams. Three by Holloway. Gladiadores wants to talk.
Yeah, good timeout.
25.
Estelí went on a little run. You got to get a timeout. Gather your troops here.
25-23 your score here in the second quarter. So out of the timeout, Gladiadores hanging on to a 2-point lead with the basketball. Real Estelí and a turnover there. Miscommunication between Crawford and the cutting Garcia.
I don't know about you, but they had the drum line going at the timeout. I did a little chair dancing here in Las Vegas.
They did. They did indeed. And they got it going again as Estelí has the rock. Working on a 5-0 run. Williams, one of the most athletic players on the floor. He's going to get the rock now. Perez going to have to put it up. It's a three, no good. It was very close to the line. The officials deemed it was a three. Didn't matter anyway because he missed it. Crawford. Loves that step-back jump shot. Can't get it to fall this time. It's going to stay here as it was the last touch by Williams.
Yeah, that's actually his shot. He usually makes those. Just a little off there on that one.
That's great elevation on it.
Yeah, and fades away a little bit. Tough to guard.
Garcia. Awkward shot, and that's clamped down by Perez. Throws it up. Romero tried to alley-oop it home. And lost control midair. On the other side, Jimenez.
That's the second leak-out dunk that they've had tonight.
Gives them a 4-point lead.
And gets the crowd.
Almost walked into a three. Yeah, it does. Williams almost walked into a three. Perez, that was tough, but he made it look easy.
Yeah, he did.
Vargas on the other end. No one stopping the basketball.
This is starting to be that old-fashioned shootout we were talking about.
Both teams scored in the 90s the last time they saw each other. It was an Estelí win, 97-92. Romero, pivot foot. Couldn't find the soft touch to guide it home. Vargas will push the other way. Two-man game, Garcia and Vargas. Now Cominares and Vargas. Cominares shows the up fake. Romero, good defense by Romero. Using his body to shield him away from the bucket. Williams, here he goes. Tries the finger roll, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
That was old school finger roll. Really took it to the basket and extended to the finger roll, just didn't go in.
He's so tough when he puts his mind to getting to the basket. And for this Real Estelí team, who really only have the one big in Romero, you can get away with that when Williams plays with that edge inside.
Yeah, and it opens up the floor a little bit for him. And you like to see him use that energy more on the offensive glass, too, because he can do damage on the offensive glass with his athleticism.
Takes a couple deep breaths at the line. First free throw is good. So give Williams 7 points and counting. He has 4 rebounds. You mentioned that's a part of his game that you love to see. Fort Myers, Florida. Talked about it off the top. Went to LSU. And then spent some time with the Clippers organization. And now playing for Real Estelí here in Nicaragua. Was a big-time player coming out of high school. Won the Jordan Brand Classic MVP in 2018. 5-star recruit. And you can see why, because it's just a pogo stick.
Yeah. And he's a player that has all those experiences, and he's still only 25 years old, so he's still a young player that's getting better and growing.
Holloway having a discussion with the Gladiadores bench. These players get to know each other very well playing in this competition. The group stage. Get to play each other a couple of times and get very familiar with each other's game and kind of have that respect on the court. Ruiz uses the Romero screen. He traveled.
Yeah, those are the type of turnovers you have to stay away from when you're on the road against a very, very good team. You know, the non-forced turnovers like that, they really hurt you. He had an ability to get a wide open shot for his teammate, but he just traveled a little bit at the end there.
Gladiadores taking a 3-point lead into the break. Timeout on the floor. 29-26 your score. 29-26 the score. Gladiadores with the lead and the basketball. Here playing at home in Venezuela, taking on Nicaragua's Real Estelí. And the first time we see a zone here for Estelí.
Yeah, throwing a little wrinkle on the defense.
Yeah, coming out of the timeout especially. Last time we saw Estelí, you mentioned that coaches like to throw that curveball, especially when they know the opposing coach is trying to draw up a play against man-to-man defense. You throw out that zone and see what happens.
Yeah, I love to do that, and it throws off the players, even though they should just run the man play they had set up. It works against the zone, but mentally wise, they can't really deal with it as much, and it does throw a little wrinkle in for a minute.
Walker back into the game, falling away, can't get it to go, and another rebound clamped down by Romero. He already has 6 of those. Holloway. Walker with the good hands to poke it away on the bounce pass. Estelí keeps possession, and the shot clock completely reset. Ruiz trying to work on Palacios. Crowd egging him on. Ruiz. And another turnover for Jared Ruiz. The last time he had it.
Too much over dribbling. He's just over dribbling. He needs to get rid of the ball sooner.
Prior possession, he traveled a little bit too indecisive, and then this time around, as you said, doing a little too much.
Yep, and back-to-back turnovers, not good.
There's Vargas on the block. First time we see this. Might look to see it a little bit more often. He made that look easy.
He's a good post-up player for a guard, and all those young players out there, no matter what position you play, learn how to play in the post because you can take advantage of mismatches like he just did.
Three-point shot there. Anthony Perez went crashing in as he tried to contest the look. And my partner, Paul McKeskey's favorite thing is watching defenders foul a three-point shooter, and that's exactly what happened.
It'll drive a coach crazy. It'll hurt you as a team. However, on that play, he might have kicked his leg out a little bit and maybe created that contact. But you just got to be very cautious with your closeouts. You need to contest without fouling. And really, you need to work on that in practice. There's some drills you could do in practice to help you get used to doing that.
So we wait for the floor to be wiped up, and Holloway will be at the line for 3 free throw attempts. And you're right, nowadays, with the amount of three-point shooting that happens in the modern game, it's probably worth spending a good amount of time in practice to really kind of teach and drill closing out in control.
Yeah, there's some drills I used to do when I coached that not only does it work on the closeout and contest, it also works on shooting while you're contested. And, there's some 3-on-3 drills you could do, pass, shoot, contest, all kinds of stuff. And now, just like you said, in today's game, the three-point shot is such a part of the game. You need to work on it, and you can't take it for granted that players will know that. You need to work on it, so in the game, it just comes natural.
Holloway now 1 of 2 from the line. He is one of the rare players that struggles from the foul line, but shoots it well from 3. Coming into this game, he was a 56% free throw shooter and a 47% three-point shooter.
Yeah, and you're right. It's unusual, but there are those guys. There's guys in the NBA are the same that, they shoot the 3 more consistently than they shoot a free throw. Maybe it's because they're standing there with nobody guarding them and there's a little pressure on them. I don't know.
Got to be a mental thing, and probably what's plaguing Holloway. It's nothing wrong with the stroke. It just seems to be that he struggles. Here he is on an attempt from 3. He thought he got fouled that time. That was a little bit of a reckless closeout there by Walker, but he got away with it.
We used to say that when I played. Sometimes you're too open. Somebody get over here and put a hand up, please.
Vargas. Palacios. And that's going to be an offensive foul. No shot.
Yeah, he moved
Moving
on his
screen.
pick unnecessarily, yeah. And, you know, that's partly on the guy setting them up, but, you know, I think he moved. You're
Yeah,
right
he
there.
definitely.
Yep, and especially when you put your arms in a blocking position, that'll usually happen.
Looks more like a left tackle playing in the NFL than he did someone trying to set a screen on a pin down.
And truthfully, when I played a long time ago in the 80s, they kind of let you do that, move a little bit, stick your butt out, but no more.
Trying to get the game a little bit more free-flowing. Although when you played, they still had, 100-point games. There were still teams that got up there.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
scored.
No question. We go into Denver and play the Denver Nuggets. You're looking at 145, 135.
Now, when you played in Denver, how hard was it on your lungs after being at altitude?
Yeah, it's definitely different, and they let you know it in the locker room, on the floor, anywhere they can put it. They'll say you're a mile high, and there's oxygen available. It did affect you, and you know what? I'll tell you a story. It affects the refs too, because they have to run. And I remember a few times when there'd be some phantom foul call and stop the play and shoot a free throw, and you look at the ref and he's panting a little bit. He might call a foul just to catch his breath.
Well, foul was called there as Nestor Comeneres gets an opportunity for a three-point play. Romero pumps the sky, wondering if it was on him or one of his teammates, but Comeneres will toe the line nonetheless.
Yeah, and he got hooked there a little bit, but nevertheless, a good offensive play, and you get to go shoot free throws.
Important minute 29 here in the first half as these teams have been going back and forth. Momentum is up for grabs. Love to see a team go in the locker room with that momentum. Get ready for the second half. Comeneres with the Steph Curry mouthpiece hanging out, drills the free throw.
Yeah, and I used to, as a coach, I used to always focus on closing out quarters. The end of a quarter is very, very important.
Ruiz having a tough time. Holloway bails him out. Ruiz wanted it. He was wide open. Good feed inside. Perez. Oh! How did he get that to go? Counted in the foul as Williams with an acrobatic layup.
And that's a big change there. You had back-to-back turnovers, and then it goes back this way, and he's got a chance at a three-point play.
The foul is going to be on Edgar Martinez. You see how unique of a talent Emmett Williams is. But he gets a kind roll on the free throw and claps his hands. Trying to fire himself up. He's going to sit now and watch the last minute and 11 potentially.
And it was a 6-point lead
pressure
a second ago, right? Now it's only 3.
Really was. See how Gladiadores respond. They want to go to the block, but Romero did a good job of fending off. Walker. Palacios for 3. Don't want to leave him open.
And that was a great flare pick set, a back pick set for the shooter, and he flared into the corner. Great pick. That's how you help your teammates. You can do more than just score. He set a back pick for his teammate to flare to the corner and let him knock down a big three.
Timeout on the floor, 37-31. Estelí trailing. 24 seconds remaining in the first half. So out of the timeout will be Estelí basketball. 44 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Cintheron will inbound. He does have the ability to run the baseline. Here's Ruiz. The last 3 possessions, and he's had the ball in his hands and been shaky. To shoot. Ruiz for 3. Off the mark. Enriquez taps it out. Holloway drills the 3. To Holloway. Off the offensive board. Knocks down the triple.
Yeah, a little trash talking going on.
Words.
I'm telling you, as a coach sitting on the sideline, you know when the ball gets kicked out kind of, funky on a little tip out. Those shots seem to always go in against you.
Those long rebounds are nightmares for head coaches. And you see why, as Holloway made them pay. The team leaders there on the screen, Competencia leading the way with 7 points. As many points as we've seen scored here between these two teams, it's been a lot of one-on-one offense. You mentioned that these two teams have great one-on-one players. They're proving it because they're not moving the ball as much as you would expect teams that score as much as they do would. 10 assists combined in this game so far.
Yeah, and you got to tell players that, even though good offensively you are, if you'll move the ball and share the ball, it will become easier for you. It's just easier to score when you move the defense.
So Estelí out of the timeout. Normally they go to a zone defense. Looks like we'll have a little bit of mock pressure here on Gladiadores. Shot clock turned off, so this could be the final look of the half. And Jordan Crawford, watch by Ruiz. He could be aggressive as Estelí has plenty of fouls to give here. Crawford, and he's fouled. He's just trying to get to his spot, it seems like. On the left side of the court there. Estelí complaining about a hook. Let's see if there is one.
Oh, there was. And he got hit in the face, too. There was a hook.
Estelí still with 2 fouls to give. Vargas. Tough shot. Can't get it to go, and that's how we'll end the first half. A battle between two teams that are in desperate need of a win here in Group A. Real Estelí trying to assert their dominance over Gladiadores. Gladiadores trying to pay him back at home. At the half, it's a 3-point game. Gladiadores leads 37-34.
Gladiadores de Anzoátegui.
Arroba BCL Américas.
Agradeciendo fanáticos por hoy acompañarnos. Hoy, mañana y el lunes vamos a estar acá en el Coliseo. Saludamos asimismo a las autoridades que nos acompañan, al presidente de la Superliga Profesional de Baloncesto. Asimismo, al presidente de la Federación Profesional de Baloncesto y al gobernador del estado, Luis Marcano.
Y en este momento fanático te invitamos a colocarte de pie y aplaudir con el corazón, con el alma, para rendirle homenaje, rendirle tributo a una de las estrellas más grandes del cielo en este momento.
Se trata nada más y nada menos que de Carlis Sojo. Jugador que nos representó con orgullo el tricolor nacional.
Así es, un jugador que cada vez que sudó la camiseta lo hizo en honor al país que lo vio nacer, que lo vio crecer, Venezuela.
Además, en la Superliga pudimos defender los honores de Campos. Y en este torneo, por supuesto, los colores de Gladiadores de Anzoátegui.
Así es, que se escuchen esos aplausos fanáticos hasta el cielo para nuestro gran Carlis Sojo. Fanáticos, tenemos muchísimas sorpresas, como ya lo hemos mencionado antes. Y es el turno de darles el regalo, de darle obsequio, cortesía de uno de nuestros anunciantes.
Los invitamos, fanáticos, a revisar sus asientos, porque están en la zona media y VIP. Zona media y VIP, revisar sus asientos, porque quienes tengan debajo de él calcomanías que piden portadas pueden bajar inmediatamente a buscar sus obsequios.
Así es, revisa el asiento fanático, la etiqueta con el logo de Team Espartanos. Tienes, hoy tiene obsequio para todos ustedes. A ver, tenemos ganadora, muestra. A ver, acércate en seguridad con la etiqueta, antes, pégala. Y ahí está el premio cortesía del Team Espartanos.
Agradecidos, fanáticos, por acompañarnos en la noche de hoy. Quiero aprovechar la ocasión de saludar de manera muy especial. Desde Canadá nos visita Maya y Jackson. En las tribunas del gimnasio Luis Ramos. Llevando con orgullo los colores de nuestro país.
moments away from the start of the second half here in Group A action, Basketball Champions League of Americas, live from Venezuela. Gladiadores from Venezuela taking on Real Estelí from Nicaragua. There are the team leaders for Real Estelí. Williams leading the way with 10 points. Romero's plucked down 6 boards as well. We'll start the third quarter momentarily the same way we started the second quarter, with Gladiadores leading 37-34, a 3-point lead at the end of quarter number 1. I have that exact same lead at the end of quarter number 2. Estelí and Gladiadores played each other back in December. It was a 97-92 win for Estelí. They are 2-0 in Group A action. Gladiadores with a 1-1 record. Halcones, the team from Mexico, the third team in Group A, are 0-2.
And we talked about passing and ball movement, right, in the first half. And just looking over the numbers, Estelí has taken 35 shots, and Gladiadores is taking 31 shots. Gladiadores has all of 4 assists, and Estelí has all of 6. So I think a little too much one-on-one. Let's get some more ball movement and make it a little bit easier to score.
Off we go here in the second half. Carlin Gay alongside Paul McKeskey. Thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. And Williams picking off where he left off in that first half, banking a shot in. He now has 12.
But he's attacking the basket. I like that. Let's not settle for jump shots. Let's keep attacking the basket and move the ball.
Certainly done that tonight without question. It's a 1-point lead for Gladiadores. Crawford, heel tee up for 3. Left it short. Seems like his legs haven't really got all the way underneath him. He's left a couple of shots short tonight.
And that was a long, long 3.
Williams from 3. He has the inside game going, but not the outside game thus far. And here's Crawford in the front court. His pass deflected, and Williams comes away with it. Kicks it to the corner. Enriquez for 3. Off the mark. Williams tapped at it, and he's touched it last, and it goes out of bounds.
In this tough battle of pretty equal teams, it's going to be the team that moves the ball, gets good shots, and then plays solid defense that's going to win this game and doesn't turn the ball over silly.
This feels like a very different game than the one we saw in December between these two teams that got to in the 90s. This doesn't feel like we'll get anywhere near the 90s. The way that this game has been a little bit of a slug. Vargas handed it off to Crawford, and finally Perez puts it in. He's on the walk to see if he can get back in business after having a struggle of the first half. Right?
Both teams are kind of walking around. They're not really. There's not much energy out there.
It does feel like they're taking a little bit to wake up after the halftime break. Here's Walker. Perez. Vargas watched by Ruiz. Good feed inside to Perez.
Nice cut, and guess what? 5 passes. 5 passes to a layup. Much, much better.
Well, head coach David Rosario might be feeling a little bit what you're feeling with, Paul, and wants to inject a little bit of energy into his Real Estelí squad. He calls for time. 41-36 your score, 7:30 remaining in the third. Sweet sounds of the drum line here at the Luis Ramos Gymnasium in Puerto La Cruz, Venezuela. They are enjoying their home team up 41-36 coming out of the timeout. Estelí with the basketball, and Romero picked up the offensive rebound but brought it down below his waist and got stripped. And then he commits the foul as Vargas was battling with him.
Yeah, the ball rolling around on the ground there, bodies flying, and usually the aggressor gets the advantage on that kind of situation.
What do they say, Paul? Don't bring the ball down as a big. And Ramirez committing that cardinal sin.
And also, the safest place when the ball's rolling around like that is diving on the floor, because a lot of people that are staying standing get rolled into and hurt their legs and their ankles. So get on the floor, gentlemen. It's safer.
That's the first foul here in the quarter against Real Estelí. It does feel like the energy is kind of off for Estelí coming out of that locker room break. They still haven't been able to shake that off, whatever it is. Walker for three. Off the mark. Romero gobbles that rebound up. Enriquez in the front court. Euro steps his way to the rack, and that's a beautiful move from Enriquez. Vargas responds on the other end with a layup. Enriquez looking to attack Jordan Crawford. He's fouled by Crawford on the shot attempt.
Yeah, he tried the old man, strip him down low, and got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
He sure did.
Always wanted to say that.
Right across the forearm. Didn't even get close to the rock.
That's an old Chick Hearn saying, by the way.
He's created a lot of the vernacular that we still use in the NBA today, including slam dunk and all these other things people take for granted. Great.
Yeah, I grew up in San Fernando Valley, California, and listened to him many, many hours.
Legendary figure in NBA history. And his impact is still being felt today. Great move inside, but no finish by Jimenez. And Williams sprinting ahead of everyone to guide it home for two. Perez with a strong move.
Nice hesitation move right there. Got him standing up and then took it right to the rim.
Enriquez responds with the three. Now the floodgates starting to open up over the last couple of possessions. Get a little bit more flow to this game.
Maybe we will get to those 90 points.
Vargas gets the kind roll. Vargas has done a good job of picking his spots tonight in terms of scoring.
He's got that nice mid-range game.
Now trying to defend Ruiz. Romero gliding to the rim.
He's just smooth around the basket. He's not dunking a lot of basketballs, but he's just got a nice right hand, left hand off the glass. Just great around the hoop.
He catches the ball so well. He just has a great catch radius and makes it easy for playmakers to find him. Crawford slips on the ground. Walker puts it up as the shot clock expires. That's going to be a violation. One of the things that you see in gyms like this, when it's packed as it is tonight, floor gets a little bit slick. The humidity definitely plays a factor in the second half, and we saw Crawford right there going on the tush.
We've seen this in a few games too. You're so right. And in the other games we did yesterday, they had a couple fans blowing underneath the basket to keep the floor dry, but it can't be a problem.
Enriquez for three. Can't get that to go. And that rebound gobbled up by Garcia. Cifuentes for three. And now both teams settling for long-range jump shots. As Enriquez gallops back up the floor. Williams, Enriquez, two-man game. Great step back by Enriquez, and he puts it home.
Nice patience on that one. He was going to take the shot. Instead, he did a little step-back move and got a little more space for that shot.
Palacios finds Perez. Palacios, such a great three-point shooter. Couple series of jab fakes. Can't get that to fall. Romero gave it away. Garcia. Perez steps into a triple. And Ruiz clamps down the board with under 3 to play here in the third.
Yeah, the problem with those shots, and when they go in, it's great, but if you miss it, it's really momentum killer. Early threes.
He did have an open lane to try and get to the cup, but did see a ton of Gladiadores jerseys down there. And decided to pull up for three. There you see the foul on Garcia as Holloway was trying to take it to the rack. I don't want to say it, Paul, but I'm going to say it. A pretty clean third quarter in terms of whistles. We only have one foul apiece here in the third. Hope we didn't jinx this.
Either really good defense or no defense at all.
Enriquez sliding by the defense right there to lay it up and in. Gave a little fist pump, and look out. Real Estelí taking the lead, and they now lead by 4. They were down throughout the game, and a little spurt here late in the third quarter has given them a 51-47 lead and silenced the crowd on the road.
Yeah, and Estelí came out kind of flat and had to call a timeout, get their engines revved, and now they got on a roll, and Gladiadores has to call a timeout to stop that momentum.
Gladiadores was up by as many as 7, never really able to kind of pull away. We've had 7 lead changes, most of them coming in the first 3 minutes of the game. There was a lot of back and forth, and then Gladiadores took control of this basketball game up until the last minute or so, where Estelí has now found some rhythm, including that jump shot right there by Enriquez. And there he is on the drive, and that last basket led to a timeout.
He's got that nice extension at the end of that drive. You love to see that. He gets that step and gets to the hole, and then that last at the end of there just extends and then kisses it off the glass. Really beautiful shot.
So let's see how the home team responds after giving up the lead here in the third. Estelí slipping back into that zone. Williams got a piece of it on the contest. Poor play coming out of the timeout for Gladiadores. Enriquez has had the hot hand here in the third. He's up to 15 points and counting now. Williams hanging in the air, took a body, and he wants the foul call. The whistles stay silent.
Yeah, I think he was going in to dunk it and had the double clutch.
He did, and Vargas finishing with the left-hand layup. Vargas activating when he needs to activate. And now is 10.
Vargas is the guy that can take over a game right here, and he's got a lot of leadership and a lot of experience, and he's a guy that can take over this game.
Gladiadores with the foul. There's the 13th foul as Holloway was slapped at. Cifuentes looks like he's coming out of the game to replace, or Palacios will replace him. Nope, last minute change as Cifuentes is coming out of the game, but Crawford will come back in.
Looks like a little hockey exchange jumping over that over that divider there.
It did look like he was coming on for a shift. A little line change. Here's Romero. Shot clock winding down. And that should be a violation. Or will be a violation as you can't catch and shoot here. But Estelí arguing that, or rather Gladiadores arguing that Estelí touched it last. Doesn't matter. Could they get the turnover? Vargas attacking. Couldn't finish. Williams, Euro stepping his way to the rim.
And the pace is picking up.
At 3 off the mark. Garcia was underneath, and he was blocked. Ball will stay here with 14 on the shot clock.
And they're letting a lot of physicality go underneath. They're not bailing out players or calling fouls under there. I like it.
I was just about to say, I'm very happy that that is happening. Let the players play. And as long as the officials are consistent, which they have been tonight, most players are okay with it.
Absolutely.
I say most, of course. I don't want to speak for everyone. Here's Crawford. Gets the screen. Looking to navigate it. Romero switched on to him. Crawford realizes it. Now tees up for 3. Too long. And Enriquez picks it up. Holloway in the front court. Williams sees a lane. Attacks it once again and count it. And the foul. Emmett Williams putting on a show tonight. 18 points and counting.
He's just so strong going to the basket, so athletic, and has that ability to have a little clutch in him and hang up there and finish.
Strength to get it over the top of Garcia. And the ability to just hang in the air, take the contact. He's putting on a terrific display here on the road. And making his free throws as well.
Which is key for sure.
7-point spread. Estelí figured out things here midway through the third and grabbed momentum. It's Martinez. Now Vargas. Shot clock winding down. Tough layup there by Comineres.
Wow, nice finish. Ooh. He hung in the air a little bit.
Yeah, Williams was there to contest, and we know that Williams could get to the penthouse, so Comineres did well there. Shot at the end of the quarter there by Holloway goes off the mark, but what an effort by Real Estelí in that quarter, winning that third quarter 22-14 to take the lead, and they have it as we head towards the fourth. 56-51, visitors in front after 3. Start of the fourth quarter is upon us. Gladiadores with the basketball to start the period, down 56-51 at home here in Venezuela, taking on Real Estelí from Nicaragua. Vargas for three and drills it.
I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. I was going to tell you that Jordan Crawford is 1 for 9, 0 for 5 from the 3 with 5 points, and I'm looking for him to have a big fourth quarter if Gladiadores is going to win this game.
Enriquez, who has had a big game thus far, 15 big points off the mark on that three. Vargas fired inside. Tough layup there by Garcia. Just like that, we're tied at 56. Crowd now back into this game.
Yeah, gut it out. Battling back and forth. Whoever's toughest at the end is going to win this game.
Enriquez falling away, missed it. Vargas, his foot on the gas pedal. Chiseling his way to the lane. Nice feed inside. Comineres could not control it. Kick out. Here is the aforementioned Crawford. Now back to Vargas for three. Off the mark. And Comineres with the take foul there. Felt like he was out of position.
You got to be careful with those, though. They add up at the end and put the team in a penalty earlier than usual.
And in a game like this, that's the last thing you want. There's to Holloway. Holloway looking for space. Finally gives it up to Williams. Williams on the pull-up. We've seen everything else, but he can't hit jump shots tonight.
Yeah, his game is going to the basket.
Crawford from his spot. Cash. How about a 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter, and it leads to a timeout for Estelí as Gladiadores regain the lead here in the fourth. So out of the timeout, let's see how Real Estelí respond. 8:01 to play in the game. Estelí basketball down 2. Perez finds Holloway. Holloway rejects the Williams screen, wants to go at it alone. Perez from the corner, off the mark from 3. Romero in there battling. It's going to go the other way. Jordan Crawford just hit his last shot. He's been struggling from the field. He's 2 of 10 from the field tonight. Garcia for 3. Indeed.
And this is what we talked about earlier, where the home team can get some energy from their home crowd, and that looks like what's happening right now.
The way they said Garcia's shot was a 2. His foot was on the line. So just a 4-point lead rather than a 5-point lead for Gladiadores.
It's another
They're on
pet
a
peeve of
9.
mine. Foot on the line.
Yeah, tough call, but they're on a 9-0 run right now. Cintron. Perez inside to Cintron. Overshot the layup. Williams with the follow. And a blocking foul is called.
Unfortunately. For Estelí. What an unbelievably athletic follow-up dunk after the whistle.
Holloway, drew the foul. And as Paul said, Williams with a terrific dunk that won't count. Here it is. Just kept going up.
That's like a dunk contest dunk in a game.
So Jordan Cintron will toe the line for 2 free throws. And we'll just have to watch replays to enjoy that finish instead of seeing it count for something. Cintron off on the first. Prior to that take, he has been 2 of 8 from the foul line. The importance of free throw shooting going to play a major factor in this game, it feels like.
And he missed them both.
He did indeed miss them both. Perez got the offensive rebound, but it was deemed that he left a little too early to get the advantage. Exactly 7 minutes to play. Lazy pass there. Comenetas lucky to get away with it. Vargas finds an acute angle to lay it in. (11-0) run here in the fourth for Gladiadores. You see the block there by Perez. The foul came before that.
I mean, Vargas has a way of making impactful plays in the most important part of a game, doesn't he?
No question about it. He definitely picked his spots throughout this game. Was a facilitator in that first quarter, then thought his team needed some scoring in the second. He really put his foot on the gas pedal in the third and now in the fourth. Meanwhile, Holloway, will toe the line here. Makes the first. As we said, he was a 56% free throw shooter coming into the game. He's now, yeah, 3 of 4 from the foul line, so that percentage should improve in game number 4 for this team. You see how humid it is. Williams in the back just trying to get a towel to wipe his sweat off. And under normal circumstances, the officials wouldn't wait for that, but they do here. Holloway makes them both. And that puts an end to what was an 11-0 run to start the quarter for Gladiadores.
Big time to start a run, too. We'll see if they can continue on here against this zone, it looks like.
They are in the zone, and Crawford attacking it. He's fouled on his way to the basket. It is only the first team foul for Real Estelí here in the fourth. Enriquez picking up the foul there. He had two hands on his hip. Vargas. Crawford. 5 to shoot. Crawford crossing over. Finds a gap. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. Enriquez having a tough time staying in front of Jordan Crawford.
Yeah, and Jordan Crawford's very clever, so he knows how to get that first, second step and then go into the defense right there and create the contact. And in today's basketball, you get to shoot free throws, even though you created the contact. He's been doing that for a long time.
Are you trying to say back in your day you weren't able to go into a defender and get the call?
Not usually, unless you're a Michael Jordan or a Larry Bird, but most of us other guys, unless you got knocked down to the ground, you didn't get to shoot free throws.
No blood, no foul, right?
Correct.
Crawford makes both free throws. Lead is 64-58. Perez. Williams slips on the ground, gives it up just in time. Perez kicks it out. Enriquez, 5 to shoot now with Perez on it. Step aside 3, off the mark, rebound, Comineres.
And that's that wet spot we were talking about.
Late in the game, it feels like these gyms get humid. Crawford, ill-advised jumper there. He was trying to get hot. And he's now 2 of 11 from the field after that miss. Holloway, right to the rack.
And I'm sorry, but there was much defense on that one. That was like a layup line layup. I mean, come on. This late in the game, contest those shots.
Feels like both teams kind of slowing down now. Fatigue maybe setting in. Late shot clock situation once again for Gladiadores. Holloway fighting for it, comes away with the steal. And what a pass to Romero. Romero smokes the layup. And Vargas.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that.
He did. Three on the way. Crowd wanted to erupt from Garcia. And we're going to get a whistle here. Looks like an official's timeout with 4:33 remaining in the game.
And the floor, like we talked about, is getting wet, more and more wet.
Definitely will be a factor. What else is a factor is that Gladiadores does not have a foul to give the rest of the way. I'll take you back to the beginning of the fourth quarter, where they took a take foul all the way on the other side of the court. And Paul mentioned, hey, that might come back to haunt them. It may. All the way for 3, off the mark. It's going to go out of bounds.
That was awkward. You should be able to get a better shot than that.
Feels like both teams are really trying to just grind their way to this victory. Offense is just becoming stagnant on both sides. Comineres put it on the ground, picked it back up. Romero right in front of him. Somehow got it off the glass and in. Both he and Romero slipped in the lane, it looked like. Perez knifing his way to the basket. He's fouled. Oh, they're going to call the travel. No foul. The travel is called. Good defense by Vargas.
He did a little hop skip.
Right before Vargas went to strip and actually did foul him. The call was correct on the travel. Cifuentes in the game. Crawford loves these moments. Fires the pass in. Colmenares finding some daylight for the layup. Give him 13. All the way inside. Romero. Williams had the running start, but blew the layup. Crawford,
That's the second or third layup they've missed.
Garcia thought about the three, and Vargas says, hey, we don't need this right now. Let's just get a good shot. Vargas doing a lot of dribbling now. Late shot clock situation. Vargas kicks. Crawford for three. Tried to guide it in with his hips. Couldn't get it to go. It's Ruiz in the front court. He's been quiet tonight. Can he come alive in the dying moments here? Ruiz has a matchup he wants. Sees Romero on the block with Crawford. In and out. Romero will have to earn the
That's probably a good foul right there. We know how he struggled at the free throw line. So rather than give him an easy layup, you're going to foul him and make him earn it at the free throw line.
But that is the foul that puts them in the penalty now the rest of the way. Might not hurt them here with these free throws, as Romero not the greatest of free throw shooters. But they don't have a foul to give with 2:13 remaining here in the game. It is an 8-point lead. Gladiadores trying to return the favor on Real Estelí here at the Luis Ramos Gymnasium in Venezuela. Carlin Gay, Paul McKeskey, thanks for joining us wherever you are, however you're doing so. An 8-point lead with 2:15 remaining in the game. Coming out of the timeout, Ismael Romero will toe the free throw line for 2 free throws. Romero struggles from the foul line. Coming into this game was a 37% free throw shooter in this competition. Off the mark on the first. Well, Paul, we expected this to be a good back and forth game, close game. It's a lot more sluggish than we anticipated.
Especially in the fourth quarter, yeah.
Romero 0 of 2 from the line. Garcia vacuums it in. So as you mentioned before the break, it
looks like Gladiadores has a little more energy here in the fourth quarter.
Under 2 to play. Garcia, Cifuentes. In and out crossover. He's going to have to put it up. Can he get a look? He does not get a look. Williams with the good defense there on the switch.
That was a little over dribble too. Too much.
Colmenares with a double-double of 13 points, 10 rebounds.
And you see Colmenares talking to his coach, see how many fouls he has, because he's going to foul him here on purpose.
They're going to call an offensive foul instead.
Oh, wow.
Let's take a look at it on the replay.
I don't know how that... Yeah, I think they just call it out of bounds, didn't they? But he got fouled.
Definitely.
Colmenares was trying to foul him on purpose. He's smiling. He's trying to foul him on purpose.
And you're right about that, Paul. It was just a turnover, but the emphatic point in the other direction had me fooled. Thought they were going with the offensive foul, but a turnover is just as confusing as you said it. It looked like Colmenares was just trying to foul purposely and send Romero to the line. Instead, they get the basketball up 8. And Luis Ramos.
You know what we call that? We call that a homer call. That's what we call that. And guess what? And the referee did it right in front of the home team's bench.
Well, folks that cheer for Real Estelí might be saying that, but still time on the clock. Minute 40 remaining in the game. Estelí got the stop that they needed on the previous possession. Gladiadores' offense has been quite sluggish in the last couple of minutes. Estelí, on the other end, have only scored 4 points here in this fourth quarter. Group A action.
In a row to get this turned around.
Definitely do. Group A action. Estelí 2-0 in the group. They lead the group right now. They're trying to keep it undefeated. There's the stop that they needed as Williams vacuums in the miss, but they also have to go rather quickly as Holloway in the front court. Holloway sees a lane. Attacking. He's fouled. He'll go to the line.
And yeah, what you're thinking at this point when you're behind by 8, you need to get 3, maybe 4 stops if you can get them in a row and then score at the other end. And then you got a chance at the end here. So they got 1. Let's see if they get another one after these free throws.
It's important here to make the free throws. Romero went to the line. His last trip unsuccessful on both attempts. Now we have Holloway at the line coming into this game, a 57% free throw shooter.
But he's been making them tonight.
Off the mark on the first. And if you want to look back at where the game might have been lost for Estelí, if they lose this game, it's right at the foul line as Holloway goes 1 of 2 on that trip. Holloway poking at it. Vargas just got over the timeline there. Estelí shooting 56% from the foul line overall tonight. Vargas looking for the knockout blow. Couldn't get it. Now Holloway will push. Holloway for 3. Off the mark. Vargas was the flat-footed rebound. You got to think about fouling here if you're Estelí. You have plenty of fouls to give. Gladiadores home fans could feel it, though. No foul coming.
That's it.
Vargas,
Big win for
5 for 2. Vargas falling away. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Perez on the offensive rebound. And Gladiadores wraps this one up. Vargas wants to put the finishing touches on it. Big time move. Count it and the foul. When they needed a basket all night long, they went to their captain, Gregory Vargas, and he delivers in the clutch with an and one opportunity.
And here's another thing that happened I just noticed. Emmett Williams was having a great game, but I don't even know if he scored in the fourth quarter.
He hasn't, and Estelí only managing to put up 5 points here in this fourth quarter as the MVP chance reign in for the captain at home in Venezuela.
Yeah, I don't think you can win many games if you score 5 points in the quarter. That's for sure.
So point differential does matter here, so Estelí will look to get a shot off at the rim. They came into this game plus 15 in terms of point differential, so they'll take a timeout here and try to draw up a play to score. Gladiadores' point differential was only +1 coming into this game, so they're going to look to defend here and prevent this basket. Won't give it away too easy. This will be a win for them and an opportunity to maybe sweep this weekend. What's coming up is Halcones de Jalapa, who are from Mexico. Both these teams will play Halcones in this round at some point and try to secure their third victory here in Group A. Halcones falling behind now at 0-2, the only team without a win in Group A. Gladiadores will play Halcones on Monday. And Real Estelí will go back-to-back and play Halcones tomorrow night. Let's see, we draw up here. 6 seconds to play. Crawford defending on Enriquez, and Enriquez will get the lay-in and the foul.
And the foul. That's a big bucket right there for point differential for sure.
Good sportsmanship there by Vargas. And a fist bump for Enriquez. And Vargas will toe the line, or rather, Enriquez will toe the line for a free throw. He's had a good game tonight. That's tapped out. And that's going to do it here in Venezuela's Gladiadores. Take the win and revenge over Real Estelí to make Group A just that much more interesting. Final score, 71-63. Gladiadores over Real Estelí. Gregory Vargas took over the game with 18 points, 5 boards, and 3 dimes. It was a +9 on the floor. Esther Comeneres with a double-double, 13 points, 10 boards. As we take a look at the stats from this one, three-point shooting wasn't kind to either team, but you see the missed free throws for Real Estelí, 54% from the line, and that's the ball game right there. Don't look any further. It's really at the foul line where Real Estelí let this one slip away.
Yeah, and it just seemed like the Gladiadores had more energy, more effort in the fourth quarter, and Real Estelí seemed to run out of gas there in the fourth.
Estelí only putting up 7 points in the fourth quarter, and they lose this one by slim margin. Here in Group A, they'll have to gather themselves and get back on this floor tomorrow night as they play Halcones de Jalapa from Mexico. And Gladiadores will have the day off tomorrow and get back in action on Monday night as Jalapa will have to do, Halcones, the Jalapa will have to do double duty and play again Monday night on a back-to-back. Big time win at home for Gladiadores at the Luis Ramos Gimnasio. 71-63, the final score for our entire crew. Paul McKeskey and Carlin Gay saying so long, Venezuela. We'll see you tomorrow night here with more Basketball Champions League of America's action. Good night, everyone.